Shyness is not about not wanting. It's about being afraid to step forward. Picture a small child standing at the edge of the playground. Laughter and play swirl around them, and they want so badly to join in. Their hands clutch their bag, their body leans forward, almost ready to run into the fun. But something inside stops them. It isn't that they don't care, it isn't that they don't want friends. It's a trembling in the heart, a voice that whispers, "Stay still. Don't risk being rejected." That single pause is the heart of shyness, the desire to connect, trapped under the fear of its cost. Every moment feels like it is measured against the eyes and judgment of others. The soul longs to belong, yet freezes when it's finally seen. Shyness is so often misunderstood, dismissed as weakness, as timidity, as some permanent flaw etched into character. But look more closely, and you will see something else, an invisible battle waged within the nervous system. The body of a shy child is alive with signals, as if danger is lurking where only laughter exists. The racing heart, the sudden flush of cheeks, the dryness in the throat, the heavy silence that presses down like a stone. The mind knows there is no threat, but the body has already sounded the alarm, and once the body shouts, logic is silenced. This is not laziness, not disinterest, not indifference. It is the paradox of wanting more than anything to belong, while feeling that the step toward belonging is impossibly heavy. And here philosophy quietly enters. Is it not one of life's deepest ironies that what we most hunger for often stands directly in the path of our greatest fear? The shy child is torn between two truths: the longing for human connection and the terror of exposure. That tension writes itself into their very being. Their silence is not empty. It is a battleground where desire and fear wrestle in every moment. And yet, if you step back, you see how profound this paradox is, for it mirrors something universal in all of us. Who among us has not felt the pull of belonging tangled with the terror of rejection? Shyness is not an aberration, but a magnifying glass over the human condition itself. Scientists will tell you that shyness grows from both nature and nurture. Some children are born with sensitive temperaments, their nervous systems finely tuned, like delicate instruments picking up the faintest vibrations. Others are shaped by environments that mocked their early attempts at expression. Homes where silence felt safer than speaking. Both pathways lead to the same inner storm, and contrary to popular belief, shyness is not the same as introversion. One is about energy, the other about fear. A child may crave the company of others and still find their voice shackled by anxiety. Imagine the pain of being a natural extrovert imprisoned by shyness, burning with ideas, longing to join, yet silenced by the unbearable weight of being seen. It is in childhood that the shy soul begins to weave stories about itself. Stories like, "I am the quiet one, I am invisible, I am the one who doesn't fit." And once that story is written, it can follow them for years. But hidden within the silence lies an unexpected gift. While others race to speak, the shy child listens. While others push themselves into the spotlight, the shy child watches with eyes sharpened by stillness. They become students of nuance, observers of gestures, readers of the unspoken. Their quietness gives birth to perception, and perception is the seed of wisdom. Many who carry the burden of shyness grow into artists, philosophers, healers, people who see what others miss, who give voice to truths that others rush past. Their silence is not only fear, it is also soil for depth. And yet, we must not romanticize away the struggle. Picture a classroom where the currency of value is participation. The loud are rewarded, the quick are praised, while the quiet sit buried beneath their own brilliance, unseen. How many bright ideas withered because a hand never rose? How many friendships were lost before they began, suffocated by the hesitation of fear? The tragedy of shyness is not that the child lacks brilliance, but that brilliance remains unheard. And with each missed opportunity, the sense of invisibility deepens, reinforcing the belief that silence is safer than voice. But science reveals something crucial. Shyness softens when a child feels safe. Environments that demand boldness often crush them further. But environments that offer gentle invitations allow them to step forward slowly, cautiously, until the invisible wall begins to thin. The difference is not in the child alone. It is in the world that meets them. a single gesture of empathy, a patient teacher, a parent who listens without judgment. These small acts have the power to rewrite the child's story. And when the story changes, so too does the child's future. The shy child does not only struggle in the classroom or playground, their shyness becomes the very lens through which they experience existence. They grow up painfully aware of how they are perceived, dissecting every interaction, carrying conversations in their heads long after they end. This is not vanity. It is the weight of longing for acceptance. Beneath all their silence lies a simple plea. Tell me I am safe. Tell me I am enough. Until that assurance arrives, the shy soul hesitates, withholding its light from the world. But pause and ask, what if shyness is not something to be cured? What if it is not a prison, but a path? History is full of quiet souls who once stood trembling at the edges of rooms, who later illuminated the world with their depth. Their shyness was never a flaw. It was the crucible in which their compassion was forged. For when you know what it means to feel unseen, you carry within you a sacred ability to see others. The shy child, once mocked for their silence, may one day be the one who notices the lonely, who extends a hand to the forgotten, who turns their own pain into empathy. And yet, we must also face reality. Shyness unacknowledged can grow into patterns that haunt adulthood. Hesitation in relationships, trembling before opportunities, silence in moments when voice is most needed. Old fears whisper, stay quiet, do not risk. But the beauty of the human mind is its ability to change. Shyness is not destiny. With gentleness, with trust, with repeated experiences of being safe, even the most ingrained patterns can soften. Some children once labeled painfully shy became anxious adults. Others became quietly confident, carrying their natural sensitivity as a gift rather than a curse. The difference was never the child's wiring. It was the mirror the world held up to them. Shyness is not the end of the story. It is a chapter, a beginning, a mirror of something profoundly human. Because in truth, are we not all at times that small child on the edge of the playground, caught between the ache to belong and the fear of rejection? Shyness makes this struggle visible, but it belongs to all of us. And when we see the shy child, we are also seeing ourselves, the part of us that trembles before stepping forward. Their silence speaks for the silence in us all. The way forward is not force. It is not demands to speak louder, to try harder, to be someone else. It is safety. It is gentle encouragement. It is the invitation that says, when you are ready, your voice will matter. With each small step, trust is built, and the flame of courage flickers higher. And for those who were once shy children and are now adults, the journey is about reclaiming the quiet strength inside you, learning that your silence was never emptiness, but depth waiting for the right moment to emerge. Picture it like a candle in a child's hand, fragile, trembling, threatened by every gust of wind. That flame is the shy soul. But given shelter, given care, it grows. It can warm, it can guide, it can light the way for others. The flame was never the problem. The question was only whether it would be protected enough to burn. Silence is not absence. Quietness is not weakness. The psychology of a shy child is not the psychology of someone destined to remain small. It is the psychology of one destined to see the world with rare clarity, to carry sensitivity not as a wound, but as a gift. And when embraced, that gift becomes something radiant: empathy, perception, compassion, truth. It becomes a light that shines precisely because it once trembled in the dark. The shy child grows, and in their growth we learn something universal: that even the quietest voices hold worlds inside them, that even the most hesitant steps can lead to paths of depth, and that sometimes those who appear most silent carry within them the loudest truths. Shyness, then, is not a flaw to erase, but a doorway into a different way of seeing. Beneath the quiet is not emptiness, but sensitivity. Not weakness, but a rare depth that, when nurtured, turns into wisdom and compassion. The shy child is proof that silence can carry power, that hesitation can give birth to empathy, and that sometimes the softest voices are the ones that leave the deepest echoes.